My God, why is it always so fucking cold? Well, I've talked about them before and I've shown them before, but now it's time to dive in deep and learn how they work. And of course, by that, I mean these shiny things, Project X lights. As I'm sure you've seen, I've got these on the roof. I've got 2 spotlights and 2 floodlights on the outside. These came in very handy. And I have them on my front bumper, which they were not a part of my trip. They were applied after, but I had these in the garage. So I've shown you what they can do. I've shown you them in the night, and I've briefly touched on how they kind of function with the keypad, but I've never actually shown how to use them. Because how to use them is what the special part is. They're a smart technology light, so you can connect to them with your phone and access all the customizable controls within the little ecosystem that Project X has developed, including the ghost boxes, the lights, the keypads. It's all wireless except for powering the devices. So you don't have to run a wire through your firewall. It's pretty slick. I'll show you all about it. Project X has a full ecosystem of usable products that connect to each other, one being the keypad. Then we have the ghost boxes. The ghost boxes are the wireless controllers that connect to the signal of the lights. So your programming goes from the keypad to these and wirelessly to the lights. So the ghost box system itself comes with 4 ghost boxes, a keypad, and the other little wiring connections and mounting points. It also comes with customizable stickers that go on your keypad that identify which options you have wired up. This is one of the ghost boxes itself. It's just a wireless antenna device that has a 40 amp, a 20 amp, and a power in and out. Then finally is the lights themselves, which these are the FF70 models. These have daytime running light settings, full brightness settings, strobe settings, and low power modes. One of the spare lights that I have, and in this box comes with 1 light, depending on what you get, either spot or flood. And the light itself is 7 inches, shiny, has a DRL, pretty cool piece. So the last piece of this puzzle is the Project X app. You can access it either on your phone or on a tablet, and you can access all the customizable controls from your phone. So if you don't have the keypad, you can use all the functions through this keypad option on your phone, which ultimately means that you can be standing away from your car, flex on people, and remote start your lights and strobe the hell out of them, blind them. But before we get into that, let me tell you a little about the story of installing them 2 days before going on a 7,000-mile journey. A bit of a rush, but it worked. So I got to get 2 of these ghost box modules in the car somewhere, and I'm thinking stick it right there. Jeremy in his great wisdom decided that it would be awesome to put them in here and then run the harness through there and somehow tap them in there. Okay, test it.
Do a little testy test. And when you really need it.
Wait, what was going on there?
That's your daytime running light?
Oh, hell yeah. Yes.
And then, boom!
Flooded. Ghost boxes are mounted.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. So the positive and negative come in here. And then you got a 40 amp and a 20 amps, so you can run up to 60 amps out of this. It's pretty awesome. So we'll do your lights on here, and then we got this 40 amp, so we could run something heavier duty later on, or add the lights over here and add something that needs less power on there. Super flexible, really, really well thought
And now that ghost box just tucks away. And, yeah, put that like this. Easy. So finally, after 3 18-hour days and 2 12-hour days to get this car built, wired, mostly tuned up, I headed out on my 7,000-mile journey. All right, I'm here in Amarillo, Texas. So at this point, I had arrived in Amarillo, Texas, and camped in the cold night, woke up, and my lights still, they didn't work. They were wired up, but they wouldn't, program to the keypad. I was waiting on the Project X app to come in. And I just got word of how to get the lights programmed more or less, not customized, but synced up. I got one on, so let's get the other. So normally you don't have to take the covers off, but I did because I want the Project X logo right side up, but there is a button on it. In the meantime, press and hold the button down until it blinks. Blinking. Come in here, hold this down until it sinks. There we go. See, middle's on. Yeah. Now that those are done, time to go to the back. Remember, I put this one back here. Hold that down. Blinking. Right there. And these are going to be the rear underglows. Alright, so they're on, they're blue. Now I need to go to the Type S app. And program that to be red. Alright, so here I've got the Type S app. I've got the Pro Series. Go in here. Initially it'll ask you to confirm a password, and then I just say change color to red, confirm, and then come back here. Red. And that's that for programming the lights, more or less. The app isn't in to me yet, so I can't program and customize the DRLs and split circuits, but it gets my lights on, it gets me able to see now, which I'm excited about because I'm going deep into the lands and I need the light. So I had light, it worked. I couldn't customize it yet. I hadn't gotten access to the app. So a little more time passes. After about another 1,000 miles, I made my way to Johnson Valley, California. I'd made it all the way across the country, and the lights had worked driving through the night there. The next day, after driving in the desert, I get to LA and I meet up with Project X at their headquarters. And I'll tell you that those people are nice. They have a cool place, they offered everything, they allowed me to work in their little space, and it was great, so thank you. The best part was that Jared gave me a live intro on how to use the app.
Which button do you have these ones on normally?
The wolf on the far right.
Okay, so we'll save and exit there.
How to customize, how to program, how to name, how to change the colors of stuff. And it was very informative. So now I'm going to show you. All right, so to start, we'll open up the Project X app. You can customize your profile, upload an image. Let's just say something like this. Bam, done. Vehicle, obviously not many brands expect Porsches to be in here, but let's just say it's a two-door Bronco. Go in here, Porsche. Boxster, year 2001. Gazpacho. Save vehicle. All right, so we got our vehicle, Gazpacho, up here. Go to add a device. Let's say ghost box, add a controller. And in here, now we go add device, okay? So these devices are gonna pick up, and I've done a couple others. So this mysterious ghost box one, when we click on it, say add, and it'll connect to it, and it will automatically power it on. So there you see the lights power on. Now we can say, these are the floodlights. Save and exit. Okay, so now the spots, go add these, and these will also power on. So now we have all our lights on. Save and exit. Since the floods are still on, let's just turn these off real quick. Okay, so add device. We'll say floods, add, save and continue to settings. Yeah, in here we'll say they're amber lights. You can say the bumper lights, which I'll set those up later once I get them wired up. We'll say save. So now we've got our floodlights. They can turn on, they can strobe, and then we can put them into a low power mode when I get that set up. Oh, they are in low power mode, okay. We'll say add device to here. All right, so now we have spots populated. Click on spots, say add, it'll power on. We can turn that off, go to save settings, and then in channel 1 and channel 2, this is a split channel because this fuse is controlling, or this ghost box is controlling the spotlights and the DRLs for all 4. So in channel 2, confirm, say that they're ambers, and these are indeed the spotlights. So now we can split circuits in this. So now in channel 1, since channel 2 is already used for the spotlights, in channel 1, these are the DRLs. So let's go DRL. Save. All right, so now our spots and our floods, or sorry, our spots and our DRLs are on. So we can turn these into strobe, into low power, so the cops don't pull you over, and off. So now I've got, in total, I've got my floods, my spots, oh, that just blinded me, and my DRLs. We'll turn these off. And we've got DRLs. And we can control all that from our phone here. So now we got to go in and get our keypad connected. First, we got to plug this in, power it on. All right, so now it's doing nothing. All right, so now let's get the controls connected to, or the light controls connected to the keypad. So in the app, we have Ghost Controller already connected. So add device, Ghost Box system, keypad with Ghost Box. And the keypad will populate here in just a second. And we click add. So now, in here, say add device, and on the very left button we wanted our floods. Say add, and just like setting up for the in-app function, we'll say save and continue, and I will say all channels. Save that. So now we have our lights are on. So we got our floods. Now we want our spots. So spot, add. And the way we set it up in the app was channel 2. Save that. Now you can see on the second button, we have our spots on. So now here on button 3, we wanted our DRLs. So we'll go back to spots, But this time we want to split the circuit into channel 1, DRL, save. And now the DRL should be on. Let me check. Yes, the DRLs are on. So now we have full control of all of our lights through our app and our keypad. So now in the keypad, let's say we don't want this green button. We don't want the lights green. So we'll hold down. Let's edit this function. Say backlight color and say red. Save. And that automatically switches to red. It's there. So now let's edit the spotlight function. Say that we also want red. Save so it doesn't burn your eyes at night. Also save this one, red, save. All right, so now you can also edit the function. In here you can say the brightness, let's say on the strobe section, you can change how fast it blinks. You can also change timeout. So when the car turns off, it gives you a certain amount of time let's just turn this down to 2 minutes. So when the car turns off, after 2 minutes, the lights will turn off. Click save. And we'll do that for all the lights. Voltage timeout, 2 minutes, save, voltage timeout, save. So now we have full control of our lights through our app. We can edit the names, we can edit the power modes, we can change, button icon name. We can, instead of saying amber, we can say floods. Save. And now in our app, we have all the functions labeled correctly. So there you go. Now you're set up for basic functions and circuit splitting and customizability of Project X lights through your app or through the keypad. And you can switch between the both. You can access remotely while it's connected through the keypad. One thing I did do between setting up when showing the app function was I had to reset the ghost boxes so then I could properly connect them to the keypad because it was connected just to the app. So hopefully this helps and you can utilize your Project X lights to the fullest and see everything before it sees you.